Russian, French, American, all doing a variety of jobs. But have you ever wondered where the children of these people go to school? But perhaps like me, you imagine that most of them attended British schools like this one here. Well, many of them do, but by no means all. Vanessa Thornton reports.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is not America. This is Watford, England, 15 miles from Hyde Park Corner. And the students that you've just seen giving the Pledge of Allegiance at a special assembly are a few of the 9,000 American children living in Britain. Here and now has come to one of the two American high schools that are operating in this country, the other one's at Lake and Heath, where everything is run for the kids on exactly the same lines as it is back home in the States. Served up American style and paid for in American money. Students, incidentally that's what they're called, not pupils, number some 625. Their ages between 14 and 18. In most cases, their parents are serving with the U.S. Air Force over here, but quite a few of the children's parents are employed by American firms that are operating in Britain. The principal of the school is Mr. Matthews. Mr. Matthews, can I send my child to this school?
Well, I'm afraid it would not be too practical. You see, this is an American Air Force dependent high school. It's designed to take care of the children of the military people working over here in England. We do, however, have some civilians, that is American civilians, who come here to school, send their children, and they pay tuition for the year of approximately 110 guineas.
Do most of your students live locally?
Oh, by no means. Nearest locations are Ruislip and Carpenter's Park, but we have 21 buses who travel all over the London area each morning and evening, bringing students in the morning, of course taking them home again at night. Some of our students live as far out as High Wycombe, Virginia Water, and these boys and girls have to leave home to be on the bus at 7 o'clock in the morning. This, of course, means a 2-hour ride each way for them.
Well, that's rather a long day. Do they have any work to do after school hours?
Yes, they do have work to do after school hours. We expect each student to do approximately 2 hours homework at night after his day's work in school.
Well, wouldn't it be better all round if they attended British schools, or must their parents send them to this school?
Well, there's nothing compulsory about it. There are perhaps 2,000 American children in British schools at the moment, but these are usually in the lower grades, the elementary levels. When it comes to high school, these students come here for a 1, 2, or 3-year period. And of course, we must gear our curriculum to meet their needs so that when they go back to the States or are transferred to some other part on the continent where a base is located for our service people, that they will fit into that particular school, which should be much like our own school here.
Now, we're going through this in a chronological order. So we'll go back to 1807.
There's a marked difference in general atmosphere to a British classroom, even with the younger pupils. Students are more than just taught. They are exposed to learning. There are no exams as such, no GCEs or 11+. Students have periodic tests, and reports are sent to their parents every 6 weeks. But they must gain a school-leaving diploma in order to go on to college. This is awarded provided that they maintained a certain standard during their 4 years at high school.
We had very few trained men in the Army, and financially, we were in no position to declare war on any country.
There's no school uniform, but the student handbook says girls take their colours out before coming to school and their headscarves off before going to class. Senior students have a traditional dress-up day once a week to encourage underclassmen. Boy and girl relationships, being inevitable, are viewed with commendable understanding. The school rules say a boy may hold a girl's hand, but he may not put his arm around her. Well, not in school hours anyway. Strenuous stuff. What other sports are played at the school?
Well, we play American football for about 2 months, and then later on basketball and baseball.
Well, these are all American games. Do you find it difficult to get teams to play against over here?
Yes, it is quite a problem. With American football, we play against a team from Lakenheath and others flown over from the continent. With basketball, it's a little simpler, though, because netball is very similar to basketball, and it's getting to be quite a popular sport over here.
Do any of you feel that there are disadvantages to living in Britain and going to an all-American school?
Well, if I was much younger, I would definitely go to a British school. But once you reach high school age, it's a necessity to go to an American school so that once we return to the States, we can be admitted into an American college or university. But I'm not all that sure that there are so many differences between American and British school children. We all like to do the same things.
Well, we're often compared to movie stars, and I think this is rather unfair because that most people think that we're very wealthy, which is not always true, and they have this idea that we live in a kind of glamorous world, and that isn't true either.
One big difference that I find is that I'm constantly conscious that I'm a guest in this country. I haven't really found the British people to be anti-American, but I do realize that I'm constantly judged and that my country will be judged, and I have to act accordingly.
It seems to me that you take school much more seriously than British teenagers do, and yet you have more freedom than they have.
Well, I think probably that's true. We're given this more freedom and a form of responsibility, and this is partly why I appreciate and enjoy school so much. This responsibility comes in the form of clubs and other activities that we have. We, like our classes, we have officers. This I enjoy very much, and I feel that if we're treated like adults, we can act like adults. Of course, we have our counselors, too, which we appreciate very much. They kind of fill that gap between high school and college, and we owe the school very much.
Dating is allowed, I'm told. Are any of you going steady?
Yes, I am. But dating over in England isn't as prevalent as it is back in the States, because over here we all live so far apart, it's hard to get together.
Well, what exactly do you mean when you say you're going steady?
Well, contrary to what most British believe, it's not a pre-engagement. We exchange rings. Sometimes the girl wears it around her neck, that's usual. Sometimes on a bracelet or on her finger. It's nothing permanent. In fact, some people may go steady half a dozen or 8 times in their 4 years of high school.
Well, thank you very much, and you better get back to your game because there's the whistle blowing. Mr. Matthews is rightly very proud of his library, containing over 5,000 reference books. Students can study here on their own, provided they bring a signed form from their teacher. With room for about 70 at a time, the library is one of the largest in the European military area.
Here we're going to do is fight. We're going to have 3 on the left and 3 on the right.
Tell me, what precisely is the job of a cheerleader?
Well, a cheerleader is supposed to promote school spirit and to let the football team and any other team we're cheering for let them know we're behind them all the way.
Well, how are cheerleaders chosen?
If a girl wants to be a cheerleader, she tries out in front of the representatives from the student body and a few teachers. And these people choose 12, and these 12 try out in front of the student body, and the student body picks 7 who are the final cheerleaders.
Oh, I see. Well, I believe you worked out a